This isn't a class where we're saying, you have to learn to do it this way, and then you have to prove it to me that you know how to do it the way that I'm teaching it to you. The point of this experience is to provide a space for you to be creative and to explore creating and designing in a different format than what we usually do.
I couldn't be more grateful and delighted from meeting this amazing group of artists and theater makers, and also meeting my fellow peers. I am looking forward to the stories we'll be telling and the art we will be making towards the end of this.
Coming here is like a little deep breath of like peace, finding a space to talk about art, to create. So I feel really blessed, really grateful, really excited.
Excited to meet other collaborators in the industry. Excited to work with Carolina. Excited to work with my peers, get to know the other designers, the other mentors. It's like a chill place.
We're gonna talk a little bit about canciones and just what you might have thought or felt, or anything, any reaction that you might have to that piece.
And we had a lot of beautiful discussions about family and home and memories and heritage, and also our personal experiences along big family gatherings and that, celebrations and kind of the dynamic in those spaces.
Something that I highlighted in the story, I loved how La Maestra was saying, like, we share our music through family gatherings, through grief, through funerals, and I could very much relate to that as well.
The communication between the mom, the communication between the older sister, the fight with the sisters, it was very similar to my story as a Latina woman from Costa Rica, and I feel like that is something that really resonated with me in this play.
So we kind of compiled one presentation all together, but we came up with 3 different ideas.
For the first idea, the thing that spoke to us a lot from the Canciones outline was the idea of different perspectives. We love the idea of having audiences go into different rooms. We wanted to explore the idea of different perspectives of possibly a moment of time. So for example, like, you can remember the same moment, and as you grow older, your perspective of that same moment may have changed.
We just presented our 3 pitches. But tell me why I was so nervous. Meeting the playwright, like, who the person who's gonna write our story, I'm just like, I don't know, me puse un poco nerviosa.
Our second idea is like a museum art installation, but this one is not live. This one is like a cabinet of curiosities. It's just gonna be objects that reflect something that represent us as an artist, as an immigrant, as a person of color, part of our family, like the lineage, the generation, and we want to tell a story with the objects.
After this meeting, I feel really anxious. I have to make a lot of decisions, but at the same time, it's not by myself, it's with my other teammates, and it's hard because we do art similar, but we do have very different ways of seeing things. I'm a little overwhelmed and scared, but I think Noemi and Natalie will help me to calm down.
So the third idea, we kind of played with more of the traditional idea of just like a play. But we kind of played with the idea of the journey of an artist in this sense, because we reflected about, all the choices that we've made in our past leading up to the moment we are now in our careers. And also there's so many more, decisions we have yet to make to reach our goal. But we play with this idea of like the butterfly effect, one thing affects the other and it's like a ripple effect.
We're now trying to figure out the actual storyline and who our characters are. We expressed all of the general themes that we wanted to include in this play or show or installation, but I think now we're being asked all the hard questions. And so I think me and my fellow colleagues were a little overwhelmed with all the questions, but it's a good challenge.
This week, we were a little like, what do we do? I feel like last meeting we were very like, I think this is what they want, and then we're like, wait, now we're even more confused.
We have to connect three minds into one and create A character, B character, and how they interact and what's their story. It keeps getting harder. I thought this was gonna be like, oh, we're gonna do an amazing presentation and it's gonna be fun and I'm gonna design, but it's breaking my head. At some point, I just wish we had a director. That's what directors are for.
Every time I think I'm going forward, there's more questions that need to be answered. And I understand, like, that's part of the creative process of, like, what's the world we're trying to build. But the world we're trying to build always has questions. And sometimes I get tired.
I know I got some emails and some of the mentors got some calls. And I know there was like, maybe our anxiety levels are rising. And I want to say, first of all, this happens every time. And it's like the not having the anchor of the written word or a director or somebody else is hard. And I want to acknowledge that. And I don't want us to shy away from that at all. But I know it's tough to come in when you have so many people who are like giving you feedback and giving you questions and things and like what to do with all of that. And so then I want to be clear and affirm to you that you all have the agency here.
To kind of fit a story that hasn't been made into a house that is meant to tell a story or reflect the story that is being told. It's a weird back and forth. But I'm excited. I'm definitely, intimidated of the process right now, but I'm excited to see, what we uncover.
For the core idea of our project, we wanted to play around with the idea of like who knows, I guess, like our true selves. Is it the people who've known us since childhood, they've seen us progress, or is it the people that we've met as we've matured and grown and have different experiences? I like our colleagues, our college friends, and we wanted to integrate this idea into an immersive experience.
We wanted to do this idea of the choice and create a route for the audience to explore within the whole INTAR space. We really gravitated towards this idea, the visual elements of string and this red string theory that, we're reflecting on all the decisions and sacrifices that we had to make, that our families had to make, especially we want to tell the story of a person of color, of immigrants.
We have two characters for this story, which will represent the same artist. We are looking to represent the early stage in life when you're deciding to be an artist and you have like all the imagination, creativity, all the power. And then we have the artist, which is after college when he's looking for a job, paying bills and taking jobs to survive and seeing art more as a job than as a passion.
For the younger artists, it's going to be taking place in the lobby. So this is just sort of like a collage of like how I was thinking like the aesthetic and the overall vibe of the lobby is going to be like. For the older artists, it's taking place in the green room. I thought that it needed to be a little bit more like hard lines, a little more saturated in color, whereas the lobby is a little more pastel and warm.
And in the next 2 weeks, we got to really get very specific about what we're using and where it is. And we understand the clearer it is now, the better.
I made up a song. You want to hear it? Wilbur is a spider, but he keeps getting wider. This morning he grew wings that he made with strings. You can see us fly. It's gonna make you smile.
Dear Mirabella, thank you for submitting your work to our annual exhibition. We receive thousands of submissions each year, and unfortunately we can't invite all the artists that we deem worthy, blah, blah, blah. Delete.
Last Monday, we were reading the script together with the actresses, and we were reading them for the first time as well.
After this Monday's reading, kind of putting voices into the words and making the words come alive really made it hit, and it really resonated with me.
Mariana brings this magic, this realismo mágico, very Latin American, very beautiful, and put it in words that the performers just simply understood. I think it was beautiful to hear the performer of the young artist, of the girl, just playing around with words and like different voices. I think it's very beautiful. I just gotta say, this is it. This is the moment. We're about to give birth to our baby.
Do you want to leave it like hanging somewhere for now?
Or
you want to put it in a drawer?
This program keeps on reminding me how much I love theater in general. What we do here is something special. It was a whole community that I got to join, and I felt loved, and I have them for the rest of my life.
I think that's what makes this process so beautiful and easy, that the three of us get along very, very well. And also you can see the community, like the mentors, Omaira, Carolina, Christopher, they have been around helping us, Tanya sending us messages, they've been taking care of us, like what do you need, how can we help you? And that feels like you're being protected, and I love it.
Look behind you.
I'm super grateful. I've been like helping out with playwriting, helping out with scenic costumes with the other girls, and it's been really pushing me like thinking outside of my own realm.
Working with Noemi and Mallory has been the greatest takeaway of having not only new fellow designers, but new friends, and taking me along the way, and that we share the love of theater and creating art.
I would love the audience to connect with the story. I would love the audience to feel like what this character is feeling, and the struggles and the brain and the thoughts, like that's the most important to me, to see the audience connecting and questioning the same things that she's questioning.
I really hope when the audience comes to see our installation that they connect, or they're able to relate to our experiences as well and get a laugh of it too.
We wanted this story to be kind of a love letter for ourselves, and also a love letter for our fellow artists. It does get lonely in this career, and so I think we just want this installation for our fellow artists to just feel like that they're not alone, and that we are loved, and that we are important, and that there is a reason why we do this every day.